Just like with the previous Haylou GT1 review, it has been too long since my unboxing video. So here comes my full review of the KZS1. Let's get into it. Selamat pagi! Good morning everyone, Kenneth here, and today I'm going to tell you all about why KZS1 is better than the Haylou GT1 Plus and the Tronsmart Spunky Beat, some of my favorite earbuds here, and why it could be your next upgrade if you have QCY-T1 or Haylou GT1, or if you don't have any true wireless earbuds at all. But before starting, I'm not paid by KZ. In fact, I bought this at 450k Indonesian rupiah, about $6 more expensive than the AliExpress official price, but I still think it's worth it. Why is that? Well, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, and let's talk about the reasons, starting with the most important one, the sound quality. So KZS1, I was impressed when I unboxed it, and I do still think this is one of the best sound you can get in this kind of budget. The combination of a balanced armature and a dynamic driver really makes this earbud capable of covering and reproducing the entire frequency range in all its glory. How does it really sound now? To start, it clearly has a focus on the details, and it's got great clarity in the upper end. It's almost like fusing together these two, the Spunky Beat and the GT1 Plus together, and you get sparkles in the high end of the Tronsmart. You also get the details on the lower end. Though I have to point out that the bass here is just enough. It's not even as punchy as the Tronsmart, and also unfortunately this cannot be tuned in EQ, but it's just enough for me. I just think if you like bass, this probably is not for you. I think you'll be better off getting my second pick, the Haylou T15, or if you're in Indonesia, take a look at the Eagle Liberty Buds 2. So now let's do more comparison to the Haylou and the Tronsmart, the main competition here. The KZS1 goes louder than both of them, somewhere around edifier TWS 1, so it's not the loudest, but I think a lot of you will appreciate the increased volume here, and it can play a broad range of genres beautifully. Especially in rock, it beats Spunky Beat at its game. Rock songs are more enjoyable here in my own opinion, complete from bass all the way up without anything sounding too like it's perfectly balanced. And again, it shines with its upper end here. Acoustics, especially the vocals, are very engaging, and instrumentals shine like a diamond. Sorry. Pop is so much fun as always, and EDM actually still performs similar to GT1 Plus, so it's not that bad, but I know it might not be as satisfying. I know it could be better. Also, talking quickly about soundstage, while KZS1 or even the S1D, they have great detail and separation, but unfortunately the projection of the sound is pretty centered, so it's like kind of in the middle here, and this is one aspect that could be improved. Even the Tronsmart here, for example, is slightly wider. It has punchier bass while still having as good highs as the S1. I mean, it's slightly better here, but it's almost as good. It's pretty nice here actually without the touch issue. So yeah, it's kind of a... Now, probably you might get the impression that sound quality is actually not that much different compared to GT1 Plus or Spunky Beat, right? Well, yeah, but that's still a good thing because these other two have problems, while the KZS1 doesn't. And what I'm talking about specifically is the touch control issues of the Tronsmart, and this charging case, I think it's better on the KZS1. So let's talk about this charging case now. It's a plastic case that's not much of a looker. It's also made, but not as made as, like, the look is better on the GT1 Plus. And some of you even said it looks downright ugly in my videos. Well, I agree, it doesn't look as good as what KZ shows you in their pictures, but it's okay in person. And it's also quite tall compared to both Tronsmart and the Haylou. So it's not as friendly to our pockets, but that's because you have this IEM style of earbuds. But truthfully speaking though, it could be smaller, just like the Sabbath E12 case. If you put the case sideways like that, it's the same height as this Haylou, while still having a bigger battery than everything that I have here. It's amazing, but still, you get what you paid here. It's not as good as a Spunky Beat, but it's better than the Haylou with its USB-C port And inside there's an LED battery indicator that shines green, yellow, red depending on the battery inside. So moving on to the earbuds, now you can see they are similar in design to the Sabbath. It's like an IEM design kind of stuff, which might spark a question. Does it fit as good as the Sabbath? Well, I don't have Sabbath with me right now. I left it in China. But the answer, as far as I remember it, is a yes, with a small catch. This thing is slightly taller, or you can say it's slightly thicker than the Sabbath. So this will stick out more from your ear, and I have a big ear here, so if you have a smaller ear, it might stick out a lot, and it might get stuck on hoodies, helmet, or any kind of head covering you might be taking off your head. It's like that. But still, it's a good fit, and I use this on many treadmill runs already and they never fall once on me. The ear tips provided in the box are okay. They only supply one other pair inside the box, which might be a concern if you usually use the bigger ear tips. Also, it's not the most noise blocking ear tip, so you may want to get a third-party ones, or in my case here, I put my Haylou ear tips and it instantly felt better. But you don't have to change it, unlike the Spunky Beats, which I recommend changing. One thing that could be a deal breaker here is that KZ doesn't issue any water resistance rating on the earbuds. Not that I believe fully in the IPX5 ratings given to Tronsmart or Haylou or any other brands, but not having any certification made me worry a bit more. I suspected this from the start when I see these unusually large base port and mic openings, so you might really want to keep this at a safe distance from water. For workouts though, I find it to be fine. Personally, I don't sweat a lot, but I know some of people do, and you may want to be careful with that. Now, let's talk about the touch control. You can see the touch control here. I'll put it on the screen, and it's similar to what Haylou offers. A solid set of controls with sensitivity that's much more reliable than the Tronsmart. And it has gaming mode. Although that gaming mode, well, I have some doubts on its performance. I was really hoping that this could be at least the same with QCY T5 or Haylou GT1 Pro, but in my last gaming mode comparison, which you should totally check out if you haven't, shows that this normally hovers around 400 to 500 millisecond, and gaming mode brings it down to 300 millisecond, and that's not good. Usually earbuds hover around 300 and then drop to 200. And also another problem is toggling between gaming mode on and off is troublesome, since the sound is exactly the same. It's just one beep, triple tap again, one beep. You don't know if it's on, if it's not. You just have to kind of listen to it and see if like the latency goes down. So yeah, it's kind of a guesswork here. I hope I was wrong in my previous video. Later we're gonna check out the latency once more. I'm gonna re-record everything, put my Android phone, my iPhone 10, see if the result is any better, because I really want this to perform well. Let's check the latency test. Now it's off, and music is still playing, so it's got dual mode, just like the K1. But yeah, I managed to get it to pause. It's because you switch between earbuds too quickly, so you would want for these earbuds to connect to each other first, then put the other one that you don't want with the case. So yeah, now we know that it supports dual mode. I'm gonna go ahead and listen to it for a bit, and I'm gonna tell you what I think about it. Alright, now for battery life, this is the only point where I think it's not an upgrade. Especially when compared to the QCC 3020 chip equipped earbuds here. They last for like 6-7 hours. Like, they are very good here. But KZ claims these to last 3 hours. But fortunately, in my testing, you can check it out in my Twitter at TestedByKen, it lasted 3 hours and 45 minutes at 50% volume. I was so glad to see that because 3 hours is just barely acceptable. And for the case, it only packs 300 milliamp hour battery, which is pretty underwhelming for the size of the case, but it's okay. You can use it for like 3 to 5 days depending on your use. Overall, it's just an okay package for the battery. But now let's check out the call test, since I've heard someone said it's gonna be bad. So let's find out, shall we? Okay, so on to the call test right now. What you're hearing is the built-in microphone on my iPhone 10. I'm gonna take the earbuds off the case of the KZ-S1. I'm gonna check it out. Okay, connected right now. It was pretty quick, and I'm gonna take the left side. TWS connected. Okay, so that's good. And right now what you're hearing is from the KZ-S1. What do you think of the sound quality? Does it sound any different between the microphone on my iPhone and this? So yeah, do you think it's an improvement or not? And I'm inside a corridor right now, so it might sound a little bit echoey. See if you can hear it. And yeah, let's go outside right now and see how it performs with the wind. Okay, so we're outside right now. KZ-S1. It's very windy, but yeah, it's very windy. Yeah, I think it's going to rain soon, so gotta come back inside real quick after recording this video. So this is the sound you're hearing from the KZ-S1, and we're gonna switch quickly to the iPhone speaker right now in 3, 2, 1. And right now what you're hearing is from the iPhone speaker. You can see the wind is blowing quite nicely there. We're gonna switch quickly back again to the KZ-S1 in 3, 2. This is the KZ-S1. What do you think of the sound quality? Is it any good? Is it not? And by the way, there's a little bit more wind right now compared to before. So yeah, this is how it sounds. Let's go back inside and finish the video. Alright, so there you go, the KZ-S1. It has the best balance of features in the $30 price range, and I really wanted this to be the one true wireless earbuds above all its price. But just like everything in the world, nothing is perfect, right? The gaming mode fell short of my expectation, but we still can't deny the fact that it has a sound that's just as good or even slightly better than both the GT1 Plus or Spunky Beat. Also, it has a better case than GT1 Plus in my opinion. I mean, unless you are really searching for a really small case. And also it has a much more reliable touch control compared to the Spunky Beat. Those are exactly the things why I held back on recommending these two. But I can now fully recommend the KZ-S1. It's my best pair of true wireless earbuds in 2020 until a better one comes up. So that's pretty much it for the video. I know it's a very late review, but tell me what do you think about it? Are you planning to get it or are you enjoying it already? Do let me know down in the comments below. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask me too. I'm available on Twitter, Instagram, anywhere. And also always, it would help me a lot if you buy from the links down in the description below. So thank you so much for watching. I'm Kenneth, and I will see you in the next one.